Hello, everyone. I thought this morning for today's devotional, I would simply just share what I was reading this morning, and it's the simple gospel message from Romans chapter 10. And I have the old 1984 NIV here. And Paul is attempting to explain to his Roman readers that Israel's salvation has always been by faith. So that's really what he's trying to communicate here. Israel's salvation has always been by faith, and that it hasn't been through the law. As he says, starting in verse 1, "Brothers, my heart's desire and prayer to God for the Israelites is that they may be saved. For I can testify about them that they are zealous for God, but their zeal is not based on knowledge, since they did not know the righteousness that comes from God, and sought to establish their own. They did not submit to God's righteousness. Christ is the end of the law, so that there may be righteousness for everyone who believes." Moses describes in this way the righteousness that is by the law. The man who does these things will live by them. But the same righteousness that is by faith says, "Do not say in your heart, who will ascend into heaven, that is to bring Christ down, or who will descend into the deep, that is to bring Christ up from the dead." But what does it say? The word is near you. It is in your mouth and in your heart. That is the word of faith we're proclaiming, that if you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord, believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you confess and are saved. As the scripture says, everyone who trusts in him will never be put to shame, for there is no difference between Jew and Gentile. The same Lord is Lord of all, and richly blesses all who call on him. For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. It's a great message. It's a very simple message that the Mosaic law, the Old Testament law, was never able to save. It was always to convict. That was the purpose for the law. It was to convict the believer, convict the follower of sin. And he's explaining here that Christ is the fulfillment of all of that. Christ is the answer, and that if you confess, and that word means to profess, to admit that that Jesus is Lord, believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and with your mouth that you confess and are saved. It's this beautiful, simple gospel message that we cannot exhaust. We must continually communicate this gospel message. And it's my joy to bring the simple gospel message to you again today. The question is, have you confessed with your mouth that Jesus is Lord? Have you believed in your heart that God raised him, meaning Jesus, from the dead? If so, if you have believed, you will be saved. If you have not, you will not be saved. It is this very, very simple message. The question is, have you confessed? Have you admitted? Have you believed? If not, today's a great day to do that. God bless you all. Have a great day.